Hello again. You may be aware of the term non-playing character or NPC, which obviously comes from gaming. Well, we live in, I suppose, a crossroads in time. I mean, everybody probably thinks that their generation, their time that they're alive is one of those times, but that's not really the case. There have been times of great stability. Of course, there's always been wars because that's what humans do, but um, there's been long periods of time where civilizations have been stable. There haven't been any um, massive natural disasters. There haven't been any terrible political or social upheavals. But we definitely live in a time where great change is going to happen. And indeed, excuse me, a bit of a cough. Indeed, it is happening right now before our eyes. So um, we do have choices. We can just let it all happen and just sort of not take part. We can choose to be the NPC. Um, but I ask you, is what's happening in the world? Is it really the right thing to do to just sit there and do nothing? To be on the sidelines and sort of just act as if it's not important? Shouldn't we all be involved in the outcome? Isn't the outcome too important to leave it to chance? You know? Well, obviously that's a personal decision, but I would suggest that everybody should be involved and certainly not leave it to our political masters to decide what is going to happen to the human future. And I would say that you could apply the same to your own life. Don't be an NPC in your own life. You think, oh, well, that sounds weird, but I've seen it. People that just walk into a job after school, or people sail through university without actually even really thinking. Universities are supposed to stimulate the intellect, but sorry, pardon me again. The reality is, if you do the coursework, if you manage to pass the exams, you don't really have to do that much thinking. At least to get a bachelor's of science or bachelor of arts, it's not really that hard anymore. And you certainly don't have to be original or come up with anything exciting or interesting. So you can go through the education system, walk into a job, and just sleepwalk through to your retirement and go, what the hell happened to my life? You know? And lots of people are like that. They do just sort of not really question anything, and they just sort of watch the TV, do as they're told, grow old, and then they get to the end of their life and reflect and think, Jesus, what did I do with my life? Did I do anything at all? And really, it's a choice. We do have a choice. We could choose to do something exciting, to do something earth-shattering. We can do anything we like. I could just walk out here, go to the airport, and get a plane and go to Madagascar. I could, you know, stick a screwdriver in the side of my head and do myself in if I wanted, or paint myself blue. All those things are open to me or anybody. But most of us don't really sort of consider the possibility that we could do absolutely anything. And it's easy to get stuck in the NPC kind of phase where you don't really do anything, you just sort of drift along, and you let the TV and the radio and the magazines, etc., steer your life for you. You think, oh, that seems like a good idea, that seems nice, oh, maybe I'll do that. And you think, well, I'm making decisions, but, so much of the time, those decisions have been sort of planted in your head, by advertising and by what you read in the paper, etc. So what you might think is actual, real, original thinking, your own mind generating ideas is actually just regurgitation of what's being presented to you already. So, I mean, if you want to be an original person, you want to run your own life, I think the easiest way to do that is just switch off the freaking telly, and that's a good starting point. Don't bother buying magazines. Cut down on internet reading. Go out and read real books. Spend time in nature. Spend time doing hobbies, and you'll find your brain will just continue working. It will do things. It will come up with ideas in the absence of being spoon-fed ideas by other people, other sources. Your brain will just work. That's what it's designed to do. So yeah, we have the choice. We don't have to be a non-playing characters either in the world or in our own lives. But it is something that requires you to be proactive. You have to be proactive. If you take a passive stance, the chances are you're just going to be kind of buried under this sea of propaganda. This washes over us on a daily basis if we are unaware of it. And who wants to wake up at the age of 65 or 70 and think, oh my God, I just wasted my life. I didn't do anything with it. I didn't think for myself. I just kind of was a cog in the system, a sausage coming out of the sausage machine. I certainly don't like the thought of that, and that's why I stopped watching TV decades ago. I like the thought of being in control of my own destiny, and that I have something to contribute to the future of this world. Not everyone would like my contribution, but I have a right to try to affect the future of humanity in a positive way, or what I regard as positive. We all do. We can choose to abstain and do nothing and just sort of drift along, but what kind of a life is that? What is the point of being here if you're just going to drift along and don't use the opportunity? On a spiritual level, you could say that we're here to evolve on a soul level. And if you're a Buddhist, for instance, if you come here and you don't learn anything, you just drift, then you just have to come back and do it again and again and again and again until finally you get that you're actually supposed to do something with your life. And I would be inclined to think along those lines. Certainly with my own faith, which is Druidism, there will be some commonality. The belief in the transmigration of souls, reincarnation, etc. And I do think we have a purpose here, and it isn't just to watch telly. So anyway, I think that's enough on that for now. That's all I've got to say for the moment. Don't be an NPC, basically. Take control of the reins. Live your own life. Be accountable. Be responsible for your own decisions. And don't allow yourself to be brainwashed by anyone. Okay, bye for now.